What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jason. You are watching Backtrack Cinema, and welcome back to my Superman Watch Party series. And we're doing Superman 3 tonight, watching this movie. And I got a good friend here, content creator from Ages of Film, Clayton. Clayton, buddy, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited for this. Superman. I'm a DC guy, so Superman, Batman, all those guys. That's right up my alley. So I'm excited for this, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a huge Superman fan. I'm more Superman than Batman, but I like Batman, Wonder Woman. I'm a DC guy though. I
Yeah.
prefer DC characters over Marvel. And
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I grew up in the age of Christopher Reeve Superman. This one in particular, I've not seen since probably 20 years plus. Like maybe even since I was a young teenager, and
Yeah.
I loved it as a kid. I don't
Yeah.
think I'm gonna love it as much now. But so this is gonna be a fun. I think this will be a fun watch for me. Like seeing the flaws now, things I just didn't see as a
Yeah.
kid because I just loved it, especially when he turned good again, and I would open
Right.
my shirt up and I would fly around my house, and yeah,
Right.
it's just
It's funny how your views on movies change as you get older. I can remember as a kid actually liking Batman and Robin, and then once I got like into my late teens, I hadn't seen it in years, and I watched it when I was like 18, 19. I was like, this is actually really bad, a really bad movie. And I'm like, I can't believe I liked this when I was a kid, but yeah, I recently reviewed Superman 3. So definitely it's definitely not one that I love anymore. But it should be fun. I'm interested to hear your thoughts of it along the way. So
well, I'll go back to my memories too about why I liked it back then. I think Annette O'Toole is still gonna hold up. I
yeah.
really like her, so I remember her being strong.
Hmm.
I remember, I found Richard Pryor funny when I was a kid, but I don't know if I'll find it as funny now, so, we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Humor is a hit or miss, it's very
Yeah,
subjective. People either are gonna find someone hilarious or they're not, and it's one of those things I can't really knock someone for like finding him funny. Like if
yeah,
it's subjective. So I wasn't like overly keen with his comedy, but that's just me. Uh, so yeah.
awesome. Alright, let me, check my chat. Anton says, "Hey, Jason, what's up, bro? Hey, how you doing, buddy?" He said, "The only Superman movie I've ever seen was Man of Steel, I think. Should I watch all the others to get ready for Superman 2025?" I would say yes, because I think this new one's playing into the Christopher Reeve kind of feels a little bit. So a little bit more than Man of Steel. Man of Steel was more of a dark,
Mm.
gritty, realistic version of the Superman character. So I would say yes, personally. I think you should go back and do a deep dive. Um, Prince is here. Says it looked like David Cornsweet and the gang had fun time here in the Philippines for the first leg of the Superman World Tour. Cool, very awesome. Yeah, I think I'd be worried now, guys. I think you're gonna start hearing spoilers come out. So shut your brain off of the internet.
Yeah, it's only a
Um,
few weeks away now.
Eli Cortez, what's up, buddy? Says what's up, Jason Clayton and Chet. Talking to each other. Okay, so guys, if you want to watch along, we're starting off basically the opening shot with the people going through the street. You see a little girl's face there, if you can see that. So I'm gonna count down from 5, Clayton, and
Hmm.
when I say play, just hit play, and
Cool.
we'll get going here. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. That's right. It starts off with Richard Pryor.
Yeah. Yeah, his character is kind of interesting in this movie. Like, when I was watching it back for my review, I hadn't seen it in years,
Right.
and I was trying to remember like what exactly.
Is he?
Yeah, yeah.
He's
So
a computer tech, I think. He's
yeah, yeah. I found it kind of interesting because they were like trying to use him as one of the antagonists, but they were also trying to make you like him through the humor. So I was like, am I supposed to be liking this guy? Am I not? I don't know.
yeah, he's supposed to be like I think he's supposed to be a redeemed character.
Mm,
But you kind of like him you're supposed to like him from the start, I think.
yeah, yeah.
Um Prince says, love your bandana, Clayton. Very rad.
Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Southern boy. So it's part of my style down here.
Tiger Man says hello. Hey, Tiger Man. Davey, Death Ray. Me and him were just doing Jaws last night. A
Nice.
movie review of Jaws and Jaws 2. He says, hey, everyone.
Nice.
Davey. It's surprising it doesn't start with Superman.
I know,
Right?
right? Like I feel like all the other ones did.
Oh, it's coming
And
back. It's coming back to me now. The girl,
yeah,
the blonde. Yeah.
yep, yep. I also I wasn't too fond. This one didn't open with the iconic score, Superman score. Like I love that score,
Yeah, me too. It's
and it's like, dude, you can't open up a Christopher Reeve Superman movie without that score.
see, there was a bit of this slapstick in the first movie, but
Hmm.
it was laid back a little.
Right.
This they're really amping it up.
Yeah. They're trying to
There's,
put at the forefront
yeah,
of the film.
yeah. Davey says I always think of the quote from Office Space. Peter Gibbons. This sounds familiar. Michael Bolton. Yeah, they did it in Superman 3, right?
Mm.
Princess, did Henry Cavill deliver for you Man of Steel, Jason? Absolutely. I love Henry Cavill as Superman, but I still Christopher Reeve is still my favorite Superman.
Agreed. I think Cavill was the perfect choice for that world that Snyder created. I thought he did absolutely great. But for me, Christopher Reeve will always be my Superman.
Is this where he blows it out? If I remember
Ye-
correctly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he's always going to be good, Christopher Reeve.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't think he's bad in any Superman movie.
No, he's really not. Like he embodied both sides of the character so well.
They're definitely playing up the slapstick and
Oh yeah.
this physical kind of comedy. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't really.
Right. I almost feel like this one they change from going from a superhero action film to just a superhero comedy type of thing.
Yeah, you can already tell this is supposed to be. I mean, it's not funny at all. Not.
Right.
I don't think I actually found this part funny even as a kid. I found Richard Pryor funny when he was like getting drunk and everything like that, or
Right,
when
right.
he acted like the military guy. I thought was funny. Davey
Yeah,
says Reeve just had that look too. Yeah,
he did.
embodied the look.
He did.
I remember him freezing the lake in this and picking up the
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, they just do crazy things. Just
and
get
that's
silly with it. But Reeve, man, like even his even right here, like his body language changes drastically as soon as he becomes Superman, like or in that Superman mindset, his entire demeanor changes, and I love that with his performance. He's like, this one you can keep, the other ones, nope.
I do like I remember liking when he went bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll like it now, but I remember this seeing him go bad was a cool kind of concept.
Yeah. I thought that was a good idea on paper. I just didn't find the execution of it very satisfying.
Yeah.
I feel like that was almost an idea that you needed a whole movie for, like build a whole plot around that instead of just having it as a kind of a subplot thing.
Yeah, it's shoehorned in a little and just
yeah.
I mean, they did it really good in the Red Kryptonite in Smallville.
Yeah, yeah, they did.
You know, they did that really good in Smallville.
Yep.
See, I'm not a big slapstick fan either, though.
Me neither.
I'm not seeing people get hurt and stuff like that is not my. It's the spoofy slapstick's not my ideal humor. Even though there's some, it depends who's doing it, and
that's true. Yeah, if you have the right actor and the right director, you can make it work. But typically, it's not my thing, just because it's not typically thought out that well. Like anybody can kind of do that stuff. It's not anything really creative.
Davey says they're still showing credits. Get on with it. Yeah, that's our point. Like,
yeah,
they're packing a lot in at once here.
Yeah.
Oh, we find that Richard Pryor's like a brainiac at this stuff.
Yeah. I think that was how they kind of bring him in to the plot.
The Prince says, "Oh, before I forget, did you get the Starship Troopers already, Jason?" No, I have not watched it yet, but I've seen it. I saw it at the theater back in the day. It's fun.
90, what is that? 97, right? 97, 98?
It's a good sci-fi action movie. I do plan on watching it, so like a revisit, but yes, Robert Vaughn. He's Magnificent Seven.
Perry White, I feel like, was kind of like in these movies, he was kind of like Pat Hingle in the Batman movies, where he's just kind of there. Like they never really do anything with them. He's just kind of there.
Love Robert Vaughn in basketball.
I don't think I've seen that one.
And we completely don't even acknowledge what happened in number 2.
Yeah,
about
it's right. It just
with Lois,
completely gone away.
It's gone away, their relationship. Like,
and then she's basically sidelined throughout 95% of this movie.
They were trying to introduce Lana as a main character,
right?
Which I think, well, we'll see. But
I just find it weird that he, out of nowhere, now just has no interest in Lois. Like it's weird.
It is strange.
Yeah.
Even if there was a scene and there was a storyline here of him wanting to reignite that again, but there's something
Right.
like I can't, you know what I mean, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
Davey says if you're a fan of Trey Parker, Matt Stone, you've got to check out Basketball.
Okay.
I haven't watched it in years and years and years. It's kind of again, it's got to be humor you like.
Yeah. Is that 90s film?
I am not sure. It's the South Park guys, I think.
Mm.
Davey says, yeah, you got dangerous ass Kryptonians in the first two movies, and now it's an intro full of pratfalls and silliness. Yeah, they took everything silly.
Yeah. And I kind of feel bad for Christopher Reeve because, like, you can tell he's trying,
Yeah.
trying to make a good movie, but everything around it is just not very good.
Like they don't even know why they even got her back, why she's even in the movie. Really,
Yeah.
there's no purpose to the story.
No, there's really not. Like, you could take her out of the film and nothing changes.
Hey, Gory Tiger, what's up? This is kind of Brainiac, isn't it? The supercomputer and
They were trying for like a Brainiac story, but it almost felt like they didn't want to commit fully, so they just kind of throw Richard Pryor in there to make it more of like a comedic version, and then these
yeah.
other side characters just commit to Brainiac because he would have been a really good villain.
Yeah.
That's crazy that their salary was $225 a paycheck back then.
He has a way about him that is kind of. He's loose in this movie. He's acting very, very loose. And Davey said, did she get sidelined though because of her substance abuse issues? Maybe she did. Who knows? I know Margot Kidder had her.
She did.
Had her problems. I think we're taking way too long for Clark to get to Smallville. I think once he gets to Smallville, it's pretty interesting.
Well, and we haven't even established plot yet. Like,
yeah,
we're what 10 plus minutes into the film, and there's zero plot that's been established yet.
There's not even an inciting incident yet.
No, and we haven't even been introduced to our antagonist.
Yeah. Davey says comic book movies were odd back in the day because they didn't have the FX work out of the guts to really pull out more out their villains, so they just settled. Yeah. I don't know the history of this movie. I don't know what they were going for.
Well, Richard Lester could not handle visual effects as nearly as well as Richard Donner could.
No. And number 4 is just even like for visual effects, well, for everything.
Yeah.
Clark's getting annoyed. First time.
Yeah, right.
I'll let you answer that, Clayton.
Do you have a channel? I do. Yeah, it's Ages of Film.
Why don't you put your can you do that? Or
I think so. Yeah, I can probably leave a comment.
Because you weren't my first guest for this thing, so I don't have you in the description, unfortunately.
Yeah, let me see. I'll try to get into the chat on my end.
It's called Ages of Film, if any of you know Clayton. Really good stuff.
Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, Davey. Knight from Nightwatch Zone was my original guest. I completely forgot to put his to update that.
No worries.
There we go, Clark.
I dropped my thing there in the chat, so you can check it out that way.
There he is. Yeah. Now make sure when you look, if you're searching Clayton, no spaces. I learned that.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to
It's
just
all
put
one
ages
word.
of film.
Yeah, all together.
This is quite the scene as far as the fire though and everything goes.
Mm-hmm. I always laughed at that scene because you could literally tell he's on a wire the way that
Yeah,
he
the way
comes
he came
down.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not putting as much effort in, I think.
No.
Or the budget got cut. It could be like the way the original Apes movies went. You know, they
Yeah.
kept giving them no budget, less budget, less budget.
Right.
Like he's not even flying, so he's kind of
No.
just he's
It's
just
like a
dropping.
levitate.
Yeah.
And this is one of those situations where, because of what they did with the character in the first two, giving Superman the ability to just reverse time,
Yeah.
why not just do it here? You know, like everything's
Yeah,
on
it's
fire, you know?
yeah. Madman says the fire chief is the Sarge from Aliens. Is he really? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I didn't notice that either.
Hunter Iggy says Ages of Film. What's up?
What's up, man?
Oh, it's where he breaks his leg. I remember this.
Yeah.
I don't remember this film being this boring. I'm going to tell you that now. I do not like
How things change when we mature.
Oh, the foreshadowing though. Gotta have
Yeah.
more foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Hunter says Ages of Film. What is your thoughts on James Gunn's Superman movie getting hated?
I'm personally not a big James Gunn fan. I have personal reasons for that. I think he did really good with Guardians of the Galaxy, but I think his style fits the MCU really well. I don't know that it's going to transfer over to DC as well. DC requires a different tone to the characters. I hope that James Gunn knocks it out of the park. I would love to go into the Superman movie and just, be on a super high. I don't know if he's going to deliver that. We'll see. I have mixed feelings about it.
Thanks, Ages of Film. Just threw you a sub.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Davey's really good. Davey's a real good live show guy.
Awesome.
Well, his pre-recorded stuff is good too, but he does mostly live.
That scene again, you could tell. You could
literally. He's just coming down. Like they're not putting a lot of effort into the.
Yeah.
A cheap leg effect.
Right.
Keep in mind, this is 5 years. 5 years after the original.
Right. And the original looks better.
It's cheap looking.
Yeah.
Oh, he's flying now.
Yeah, there he goes. Now, hey, look, he can fly. What do you know? And all of this I found as filler. Like, this is just pointless plot. Like, yes, it's plot, but it doesn't do anything for the story.
It's to give you a Superman scene, and it was to set up the foreshadowing.
Yeah,
The acid. That's what it is all designed for.
But it's like showing us stuff that we already knew Superman could do.
It looks terrible.
Yeah,
I liked it though as a kid.
Here he goes, picking up the whole lake. They froze over 2 seconds.
Davey says, "How awesome would it be if Soups just laser visioned his leg right off?" Sorry, I'm afraid there's nothing we can do to save it.
Yeah, he just turns evil on a dime.
There we go. He drops a lake on a fire.
Makes it look easy, man.
Oh my goodness.
Look at those effects.
They're terrible, eh?
Man, Zack Snyder doesn't have anything on Richard Lester, man. Look, I mean, compared to these effects.
Davey Deathray says, "Oh my gosh, I just had a brilliant idea. Superman versus the Evil Dead."
Ash Williams versus Superman. I mean, I'd pay to see that.
You should have said, I don't know. You think a love triangle between Lois and Lana would have been better?
I think that would have been better. I think it would have made more sense for the character of Clark, not, kind of being undecided about who he wants to pursue.
Yeah.
What doesn't make sense is for him to just all of a sudden abandon Lois and just show no interest with how much he was in love with her in the first two. It's just like,
yeah, this is kind of coming back to me.
You have the Chad guy in here.
Oh, this guy's just
Mr.
Macho Man. I've always loved Annette O'Toole as an actress.
Oh yeah, she's really good. She's solid.
Her performance in It was really good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They have good chemistry in this too. From what I remember.
Yeah, so they do. She just kind of has a natural kind of charm about her presence,
I watched her in Cat People too. She wasn't bad either.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Davey says she's so damn good as Martha in Smallville. Yeah, very.
I love how he plays like klutzy Clark.
The thing is, though, he doesn't have to do that in front of her because.
True. I mean, yeah, she doesn't.
He didn't act like this back then.
Right.
Maybe that's what they're trying. Like he can be himself in front of Lana.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could have done that. I can be myself in front of Lana, but I'm somebody else in front of Lois.
Right.
And she loves Superman. One loves Clark. One loves Superman. That's the difference, right?
Yeah, and then they have that dinner scene later on. Rejection.
More booze.
Yeah.
Davey says, I love how they're trying to make the extremely handsome, incredibly well-built guy seem like a dork. Yeah. Back to the Future. This song reminds me of Back to the Future.
Yep, me too. I was just going to say that.
Well, they got to establish a new romance by cutting off Lois. You got to establish a new romance now. Richard Pryor. I guess you could say that's the inciting incident when he rips off the company, because that leads us to our villain.
Right. But I feel like they just kind of make him like dumb, like smart but dumb. Like he doesn't really know what he's doing, but he's smart enough to figure out all this high tech stuff.
He's motivated by money. Like
yeah.
85,000. It's a lot of money back then.
Oh yeah,
it's a lot of money now. So
yeah.
You know why he's dumb? Because he shows up in a Lamborghini. Like,
right.
He's announcing himself as the I did that.
Yeah. I never even got invited to my 10-year high school reunion.
Actually, today I went and visited my cousin. So my high school from where I live is about an hour and a half drive.
Okay.
So I took my son where I grew up in my high school and showed him all that, and then I visited my cousin for a bit. So it was kind of fun. I go, like, my high school was huge. It was like 1,800 kids.
Oh wow.
This is the only kind of character building you're getting so far.
Yeah. You're at least establishing some rapport between Lana and Clark.
Yep. It's tying back to that section in the first movie that I love so much, the Smallville section.
Right. This is a guy that's like a B version of Lex Luthor.
Yeah, they're just rich tycoons, right? Like,
yeah, he's not as smart, not as powerful, not as entertaining as Luthor.
No.
And I don't know about you, but I definitely felt the absence of Gene Hackman in this one.
Yeah. Feels like it.
Not that this guy's a bad actor, but Hackman just had a commanding on-screen presence.
The blonde is the chameleon. She's smarter than she's letting on.
Yep.
He's putting on this really snobby kind of rich kind of persona.
Yeah.
That's just, I don't know. Like, everything about the movies is played for laughs.
Right.
I was actually shocked how long this movie was.
I know, right?
I thought it would only be like an hour and 40 minutes.
Right.
Because I don't remember a lot of substance with it.
Yeah, which there's not.
Like, there you go. This is what you're saying. It's how dumb this guy is.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, is he's like he's smart in some areas, but dumb in others.
You'd rather watch all the Smallville stuff. Like,
Yes. Yeah.
Davey says it's unfortunate that they don't even try to get creative with the last two Superman films. The movie comes across as a TV film or a cartoon.
Yeah. This one almost feels like a straight to TV type of movie where it's
Yep.
just made for TV rather than theater.
Compared to the other two.
Right. Right.
So this guy playing Brad is the villain in Death Wish 3.
Is that where I've seen him from? I know I've seen him in
He doesn't have a
some other
mustache
things.
and he's kind of bald. His hair's slicked back.
Okay.
But he's the villain.
That may be where I know him from. I like how Brad is like trolling Clark simply for Clark wanting to help out a kid. Like,
I like to hear he blows the bowling ball.
yeah, yeah.
Oh no, he sneezes here, doesn't he?
He sneezes and just his sneeze is enough to.
Okay, that was a little funny, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's so bad, it's funny type thing.
Fauci's here. Matt Fauci, good friend of mine from Fauci Cinema, says, "What's going on, J-Man? Hey, buddy." Davey says the thing about Lex is that he's just in so much. People say Superman is boring, and I get it because he has very few weaknesses. We've hardly seen his rogues gallery within the films. Hey, Jamie, what's up? How you doing?
I mean, I can kind of see that argument that Luthor is in a lot of Superman stuff, but Luthor is kind of like the Batman version of Joker. Like you almost need
Yeah.
him in a lot of things because he's such a good villain to Superman.
Yeah. Yeah, but they could have just tapped into another villain instead of just another business
Rip off of
Luther.
Yeah.
He has so many villains.
Yeah, he does. They
I
could have
guess
gone like a full-on Brainiac, like have
they should have
Brainiac
just
be
cut
the
this
actual
out.
villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot take. The best version of Lex we've seen on screen is Michael Rosenbaum's portrayals from Smallville. I would
I've
agree
heard a
with
lot
that.
of that.
I would agree with that. I actually think that's my favorite portrayal of Lex.
I think that's a pretty popular opinion, honestly. A lot of people love Rosenbaum as Luthor.
And Jamie says I like this watch along setup. Thank you, Jamie. I try.
He's got it down, man.
I had to delete my thing one. I got a
Oh, really?
it got blocked everywhere 7 months later.
Ah.
Don't ask me how. So I'm making the screen really small now. That's all. It's made it a little smaller. Oh, it's the close-ups. If they see a big close-up, sometimes it.
Yeah.
But if I have to
YouTube is
delete
weird,
it,
man.
yeah, it's because I know people don't watch along all the time. But
Right.
if they have it sitting there, maybe they'll stick around and just watch that.
Yeah.
But anyways, it's my good buddy from video, Gareth from Video Tasties does this, but he does it with a VHS player. He watches tapes, like all the tapes. Like, the background
Yeah.
here.
Man, VHS, bro. That's going back.
Jamie says, "Are we going to do Wild at Heart this way?" Yes, we are, but I'm gonna whenever there's a nude scene and there's a lot in that movie, I'm gonna have to minimize it because
Blur it out.
Laura Dern is showing it all in that movie, man. And I love that movie. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna have to pay attention when we watch it. I know Brian won't probably like this, but I have to watch True Romance again. I haven't seen it in a
Mhm.
long time, but I think I enjoyed Wild at Heart.
Oh yeah, Brian. Don't tell Brian that. He'll
No,
unsubscribe.
yeah, but I have to watch True. I haven't watched True Romance in years.
It's good,
I
man. It
I
it
probably
really
do like
is.
it more. I'm not saying, but I think Wild at Heart and that movie are similar at a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you got who directed that? Tony Scott, right?
Tony Scott did
Yeah,
True Romance. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, and David Lynch does Wild at Heart. So two
Yeah.
different directors, but yet the vibe of the movie is very similar in some ways.
Right.
Davey says, "Well, shoot, I'd love to hang out and blow up the chat the whole night, but I'm not gonna. I got to get ready to talk some Jaws 3 and Jaws of Revenge over on my channel. Have fun, buddy.
Ooh,
This should be
nice.
interesting."
Yeah.
Actually, Superman and the Jaws franchise are so similar in that they get worse as they go. As far as the first four,
So
um,
they have the same order for me, but I'm one of the few people on both that actually prefer 4 over 3.
so is Davey. He said that to me
Mm,
last night. Personally, I like them in order. Those Jaws 1, 2, 3, and 4.
yeah.
I think I got a little bit more nostalgia with Jaws 3, but Jaws 4 scared me the beginning as a kid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That opening.
for sure. See, this is what just doesn't quite land for me with the prior character. They make him almost so dumb and like unaware of things that it's hard for me to buy that he's this wizard guy, tech guy.
Well, you know what? We're taking so long for him to make this stuff, this
Yeah,
um or to do this computer thing. It's taking so long to get to the
right.
it's just meandering way too long.
I mean, we're 30 minutes in and the main plot hasn't really even been flushed out yet.
You could have done this movie in about an hour and a half. Like,
For
well,
sure.
you could have cut a half hour. I
They
will
ba-
say that.
they basically were just, it seemed like wanting to give Richard Pryor like 30 minutes of just doing
So
comedy stuff.
so we're finding out that Richard Pryor is smart,
Yeah.
but yet he's not. Then we're
Right.
finding out, okay, he's got to go to Smallville. He's got to do something with this machine. They want him to use him as a pawn. Okay, so he's got to do that. Oh, then
Right.
Superman gets in the way. So
Yeah.
we got to get him out of the way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but they're taking so long to get to each beat of that.
Right. Like each one of those are like individual plot points,
Yeah.
but 30 minutes in and none of them have even got developed yet. Like you're just introducing the plot 30 minutes into your movie. That's not good script writing.
Yeah. Jamie says they were so lazy about Jaws 4, they reused footage from the OG. I consider that movie to be so bad, it's amazing. I paid to see that crap in the theater too. This would be like putting Will Ferrell's elf character in a Batman film as his replacement for Lucius Fox.
Yeah. Yeah. Not that far off.
Hey, look, that's Super Dog. We got our first Super Dog.
Yeah. I was gonna say I did like that they at least gave him kind of a cameo type thing. See, this stuff is actually kind of good. They should have kept kind of the focus with
more.
Clark. Yeah, Clark and Lana. And then they abandoned it almost entirely in the second half just to come back to it briefly at the very end.
Yeah, it's very they don't know, they're going down a highway and jumping
Yeah.
onto another lane, and then
Yeah.
it's convoluted. Everything just feels
Right.
My oil pan is leaking.
Not what he was expecting. Look at that yellow car, man.
Some of the wide shots are good though, of the fields and everything.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna set up saving the kid,
Right.
if I remember correctly. So he's supposed to go to his birthday party,
Yep.
but he goes bad. He doesn't make it. And the thing is, Lana's not Lois. She would never clue in that Superman was here. Like, she wouldn't make the connection. Like,
Right.
I mean, this doesn't look too bad here.
No, this part holds up.
That looked kind of
That shot wasn't very good. I feel like that guy should have been able to see that kid from that high up.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, I've never done that job, but I would think something blue the size of a child would kind of stand out amongst the yellow wheat.
I was looking for Buster. Clever Clark hiding in the sewer.
Oh, Buster.
I had a nickel for every time someone asked me for Superman's autograph.
And it's almost like, okay, what was that scene even supposed to be doing? Like, we already know Lana thought well of Superman. We had no reason to think he was like evil or something. So it's like showing him save a kid, but we already know he can save a kid. He can save anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to find this funny here. Like,
yeah,
I don't find it as funny.
Yeah.
He's almost doing an Eddie Murphy Beverly Hills Cop routine. He's bull crapping his way into everything.
Right. I almost feel like Pryor's comedy in this particular film was suited for kids.
I think you're right. Like they're holding him back. He's not swearing. He's not that
Right,
kind of character in
right.
it.
Like, his
Um,
actual stand-up was more adult focused,
yeah,
but this particular character, it's like,
yeah.
make him funny for kids.
Like me and my brother would laugh at this whole thing here.
Yeah.
We found it funny. Maybe because we were just immature though, and it was
No, it's dude, I was right in there with you.
this is all designed to get a guy drunk. Like
Yeah.
you could have, you did. He had to get freaking hammered just to get this guy freaking pass out.
Yeah.
Like, how much Superman screen time it really is there in this? Probably
I
not a lot.
yeah, no. And nothing that's really developed or meaningful, you know? He
I can
almost
see
kind
some.
of
I can see some people finding this really funny though.
yeah, yeah,
Like
for sure.
like this was not needed. Getting the guy, bringing him here. They
No,
could have just.
no.
Maybe they were leaning in right to what the kids though. Like
I think they were. Yeah, I think they kind of changed their focus by this one to just trying to sell toys and make kids want to buy Superman comics, I guess. I don't know.
I honestly do not know what the entertainment was when I was a kid in this movie.
Hey man, I get it, dude. I found stuff hilarious as a kid that I look back on now and I'm like, yeah, that was not funny at all.
The robot girl at the end, though, man,
Yeah. Yeah.
that was a pretty terrifying image as a kid.
Oh yeah, for sure. And it kind of comes out of nowhere too. I mean, like in a cheesy kind of Superman movie for that to
Just an accident, right?
yeah,
Like that
yeah.
people found it so scary.
Right.
Money keeps coming.
There you go. That's one way to win the lottery. This stupid soundtrack in the back.
Oh yeah, the music's so out of place. Oh yeah, this has got a lot of filler in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Chaos. Like, look at this little gag here.
Right.
It's, it
It-
makes no sense.
no. You can tell this is for kids, man. Like that little gag with the lights.
Oh, my ranking is over going to be interesting. I really got to question people who despise Man of Steel. And I go, have you seen Have you seen this movie? Like,
100%.
I got to question your
100%.
sanity.
Right. I think a lot of people, a lot of the haters of Man of Steel and BVS are just haters for the sake of hate because it's kind of become a
Yeah,
cultural thing.
it seems to be popular to hate Zack Snyder and James Cameron.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know, I don't get James Cameron at all either. Like, the guy's flawless. Whenever he puts out a movie out, it ends up making millions and trillions
Oh,
of
it
dollars.
crushes the box office. Yeah.
But yet it's like, it's not that good. And I go, okay. I haven't seen the guy make a bad movie yet. I mean, Titanic wasn't really my thing. Like, but when I go revisit it, I go, wow, that's better than I remember it being.
Hmm.
But I like all his other stuff more.
Yeah.
But
Like,
it's still a really good movie though.
right. Yeah. Like, I don't have a problem acknowledging like Titanic is a very well made movie. You can't argue that. It now, if someone just says it's not my personal taste, I can respect that. Like what a lot of this stuff is just filler, man. Like
Yeah.
this stuff we don't need this stuff.
Like when Richard Pryor comes back and tells what Superman did, just show
Yeah.
what Superman did.
Yeah. Exactly.
He wants the coffee, doesn't he? Is that the
I think so. I can't remember.
I don't know what is yeah, he's skiing on the top of his building.
I mean, yeah, I mean he's got like a whole forest wilderness setup.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I gotta take a quick break real quick.
Yep. Yeah, this guy's a tycoon, everyone. He wants all the coffee, he wants all the oil, it's just money. Money hungry. Now we're gonna see Superman. Superman reverses everything or Justin May the rapper. Them, if you can do that for me, please. I would really appreciate that. Thanks. That you mean the movie Them? What are you referring to? Yes, he wanted to go after the oil. He wants all the coffee. This wants it all. Oh, she's not as dumb as she's letting on.
No. I just like that he had the time to create this whole winter forest on top of the building. Like, you would think this guy would have at least try to reach out to Lex Luthor. Like, Luthor's kind of a big deal, you know? Like,
if he's this rich in Metropolis, Luthor knows him, or better yet, would have business with him.
Exactly. And Luthor came close to stopping Superman, so you would think he would be interested in getting with Luthor and figuring out how to stop Superman.
Yep. That was a little funny.
Yeah,
he was telling the Superman story, and he was great, and he landed, and he went dun 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 dun. That was kind of funny.
Yeah. And now he's on skis in the middle of the road
with a pink freaking
yeah.
And we needed that because we didn't know what was going on.
Right. Yeah. It's they had just assumed our intelligence was super low.
I think you're completely. This was designed for an 8-year-old. Like,
100%. 100%.
My kids can't even get into these original movies. They like Spider-Man, and
I did like Spider-Man as a kid. He's like one of the only Marvel characters that I actually got into as a kid.
Oh, Barry White's getting sued. Oh, he's back in Metropolis again.
Yeah. I did like some of the Smallville stuff. I like seeing that side of his character. Even the plot, this a plot here with the kid wanting Superman to come to his birthday party. Like that's something for kids. Like that is,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, my 13-year-old just graduated a grade 8. So we hired a Spider-Man to come to his birthday party when he was
yeah.
like 4 or 5. And he had a friend there who was like terrified of it, but he got it was pretty cool. He came and
Yeah.
did things with my son, um and I asked him the other day, I said, "Do you remember Spider-Man?" He goes, he actually still remembers it.
Oh,
He
really?
gave him a glass called it says Tyson on it that he still has.
Mm.
Um How am I afraid for?
This part I kind of got a kick out of, like they're holding this ceremony for Superman and he just shows up just casually like, yeah, I'll participate in this. I think part of it's like me growing up as a big Batman fan. Like, could you imagine Batman doing something like this, showing up to
Yeah.
just like a ceremony for Gotham, just wants to throw him a thing, and he just shows up middle of the day. I mean, I guess it's not out of question for like Adam West type of Batman.
Yeah. Well, one thing's for sure, I do want the Superman to do well, because if it does well, we're gonna
Yeah,
get the Batman version of it. We'll
yep,
probably get a movie with them in it. Um,
yeah,
like I'd like to see the Justice League forming, and they all
right.
like some of those cartoons are really good, like really
Oh
got
yeah,
good stories to them, like the animated series.
yeah. I do. I used to watch the Justice League animated show all the time.
And the thing is, the Wonder Woman's a quite an aggressive character.
Yeah, she
Like
is.
she's like she doesn't put up with anything, right?
No.
So they're already talking about casting Wonder Woman.
Mm,
Like, so I just hope they don't rush it like they did the last one.
right.
Um, like
Take
Superman,
your time
Man of
with it.
Steel should have had another movie before Batman
Yeah,
was even in there.
I 100% agree.
Yeah. This was so funny as a kid. I don't even laugh anymore at this.
It's literally made for kids. It has kid humor written all over it. Like I was probably laughing at this as a kid. I can't remember because it'd been so long since I'd seen it, but I'm sure I was probably laughing at this as a kid. Even she's like, "Oh
Yeah.
gosh."
I remember when I watched Brian's Superman 3 review, and I go, I don't remember the movie being that bad, but
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with him so far.
Yeah, I tried not to be too hard on it on my review, but
Hey, what can you do if there's nothing? If there's no substance, what can you do?
right, right. And I mean, I try
Yeah,
to
Christopher
always,
Reeve is trying so hard.
yeah, that's the thing. Like I felt bad
Like,
for him, you know. This part always confused the crap out of me. If this is supposed to be real kryptonite, it should be having an effect. But then the effect that it does have makes absolutely no sense.
well, because what he did is he couldn't find the last ingredient, so he put tar in it. So he connected tar, so it's not really acting like kryptonite. It's like
Oh,
it's a mutated thing that instead, why didn't you just use red kryptonite if you wanted them to go bad? Like, because that does the same thing.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right though.
But they don't tell you any of the stuff that you just said in the
No.
movie. They just like, "Here you go."
Yeah, he was on his computer and he went, "Oh, I
Yeah,
don't," and he says, "Okay, I'll just put tar in it."
right, and it's like, okay, so then it's not actual kryptonite 100%. So
No.
then it really shouldn't have any effect on Superman, but the
But
effect
yet
that it
it
makes him
looks
have.
so much like kryptonite, and Superman's not like
Right. Yeah,
feeling like, why'd they give this to me? Like,
right, and he
it
should be
looks
able to
just
see
like the
through it.
necklace. Yeah.
Yeah, he
I don't
should be
know.
able to see through it too and tell it's not real kryptonite.
But it is affecting him because he starts going, "Oh,
Yeah,
I always make it on time. No,
yeah,
don't worry."
yeah, he's always punctual.
I like when he goes, "Don't expect me to save you because I don't do that anymore."
Right,
It's like
yeah, I just this part just always felt weird. Superman acting this
he's
way.
almost coming off creepy now. Like,
Yeah, yeah, he is.
he's Superman's coming on the line.
This was something I do remember even as a kid being confused by, like, why is he just acting like this?
There was some good ideas here. You know what I
There
mean?
really were. They had good ideas. It's just poor execution.
Yeah. Like him going bad is I
Oh,
always love
yeah.
Superman going bad
Yes.
in any rendition, but um
Absolutely.
and I think he's playing the bad well.
Yeah.
Um
He just doesn't have the right script behind him.
and remember what he said to the president in Superman 2? "I'll never let you down again."
Yeah.
Right? I don't know. You think there'd be some kind of and something like that would have tore him apart. Like
Right, right.
that he did that.
Yeah, and
Oh
they don't even
God,
address it.
that's right. He straightens out
Yep.
the tower of
He
his
knocks it over first, and then he has to go
yep.
back and straighten it.
So what's going on with him? Does he want to just have chaos? Like, is he just doing it to be an ass? Like,
Apparently, it corrupted his character and his morals.
I'm just flying in Italy. Why not? Let's just
Yeah.
He's starting to feel like crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie's way too long. Way
Oh
too
yeah.
long.
Yeah, a lot of filler. It almost kind of feels like they had all these ideas, but they didn't know which one to commit to for a full story, so they just kind of
Yeah.
sliced all of them up and threw them into one film.
Yeah, they have this idea about a supercomputer. We need something, another guy like Lex. Let's
Yeah,
have Superman go bad, and
right.
they just connected it all with scene, but never really.
Let's have him fall in love with Lana, but not commit to it.
Yeah, nothing has a through line.
No.
That's the movie reviewer in us now, though. That's where you're looking at storytelling and going, "Oh, this doesn't make sense." This dialogue's so freaking bad, man.
That's another thing. A lot of it.
Oh, his computer. Yeah.
And see, this is another thing. Like, they try to make him smart enough to create this computer that does anything he tells it, but the character that we've been watching, there's no way you can expect me to buy that he's that smart.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I won't disagree with you. Right. The computer idea was cool though,
Yeah, for
but it
sure.
had to come from someone else. Though.
Right. And see, this is where Luther's presence is missed, because Luther, you would have bought, would have been smart enough to figure something like that out. But based on all the slapstick, corny humor that Richard Pryor has given us, I don't buy that he would be the same guy smart enough to figure out how to make that kind of computer.
Yeah, I agree.
This is one of those situations where the humor comes at the expense of the character.
Yeah. Playing golf on the ship.
And why nobody's noticing this random lady on top of
Yeah.
the Empire State or the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
Reeve does kind of play this jerkish Superman pretty well, though.
Yeah, he did. Evil Superman.
Evil Superman to the rescue.
He's fighting it, eh? Too, like you see him kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just saying that. Welcome to the show, there, Castellar Daniel Garcia. Part 3 should have Brainiac as the villain. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what it should have been.
Totally agree.
Like 12.
Yeah.
All the oil.
Wow. Superman, way to trash the environment.
This is pretty tame though and lame, because if a guy like Superman went bad, they really could have went more darker with it.
Right.
And said if this really happened to him, the kind of destruction he could have caused.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he could have done a lot more damage if they were actually committing to it.
Like you said, it needed a whole movie on that. The Bizarro from the Superboy series looked great. Superman gets lucky.
See, this was like really bad Superman. I feel like he would go burn down the White House or something, you know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That they could have really, actually, that would have fit into the promise he made to the president.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They could have tied something in there.
Yeah.
You know, made the stakes higher.
Hmm.
And who you going to get to stop Superman?
Exactly.
There's no one. More slapstick.
Yep. And when it's coming from like every character, it's hard to like buy in. It's hard to take any of the characters serious.
Yeah. This guy's starting to feel guilty.
Mm-hmm. Starting to
Richard
grow
Pri-
a conscience.
Yeah, Richard Pryor's just like,
Yeah.
well, the Superman 4, when they bring Lex Luthor back, I think they looked at this movie and said, okay, we got to bring him back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The movie was still terrible, but at least he was in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I both 3 and 4 are bad films, but I prefer 4 over 3 because it gives me a little bit more of what I wanted. You know, it gives me Luther in it over these guys.
Yeah.
I think the threat is more believable in 4 than in this one. Like there's no threat. I don't feel any threat by the plot in this movie at all.
Right.
At least in 4 with Nuclear Man, he was a character that you at least believed could go toe to toe with Superman.
Oh, we'll see. I'm watching it on Monday, so
Yeah. But like none of these villains are I don't buy that any of these guys could do anything to Superman.
yeah. Yeah, he's flicking the peanuts at the
Yeah.
he's drinking, Superman getting
Yeah.
drunk.
He's at the bar. Which I don't even think Superman can get drunk, but
Always found this kind of funny when I was a kid.
yeah.
Be thankful that's
Just
all
flicking.
be thankful that's all he's doing.
Right.
You know, this is the first movie he used his eye lasers though.
Is it really?
No, sorry. No, he saved Lois. He saved Lois with Niagara Falls there. I'm wrong. I'm wrong about that.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
What are y'all looking at?
I did kind of like that they made his costume a little bit darker during this part
Yeah.
while he's bad.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah,
It needs a wash anyway.
it does. It's supposed to be, I guess, a reflection of his character change.
Yeah, that was a good idea.
Yeah.
You're in a slump. No, this was my favorite part as a kid, is the fight here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, it was made for kids and to enjoy it. This little brawl in the
Scrapyard.
scrapyard, yeah. Clark versus Superman.
He's cracking up, Superman.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't make sense. I don't know if this was just a metaphor here, like Clark
It
comes
doesn't
out of
make
him.
any sense.
I don't
Yeah.
know if it's literally coming out of him or if it's, in his mind or I think it's in
Yeah.
his mind. He's struggling with himself. I don't think the fight actually takes place. Like it's confusing. It's
It is. Yeah. Nothing's well explained. And they spend way too long on it too, over something that may have not even actually happened.
yeah.
You gonna take that, Clark? Come on. They need like WWE commentators like JR.
Yeah. I like that little laugh.
Yeah. There you go, Clark. Way to stand up for yourself.
yeah. You've been on my nerves for a long time. Is this the only time we hear that classic music when he becomes good again?
I think so. Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
recall hearing it at any other point. They didn't have it in the opening credits, which was a shame.
That's gotta hurt. You're
Yeah.
not Superman anyway.
Right. Poor Clark. He just wants to tap his toes 3 times and go back to Kansas.
Yeah. You don't even have to fight Superman here. He's looks like he's
No,
ready to fall out on his own.
he had too much of that whiskey.
Yeah. Goodness.
uh, he's still fighting.
Oh yeah, he gives him a boot in the face here.
Yeah. It's a pretty lopsided fight.
Mm.
That was the weakest kick ever.
They're using these there's really long shots to show that it's that so they can trick you that's not Christopher Reeve
Right.
as Clark. I'm assuming anyway. Ooh, it's gotta hurt.
Like see how long this fight is going. Like it's still not over, and yet it's not really serving much of a purpose.
No.
It was cool as a kid because you want to see stuff like this as a kid.
Yeah.
But as an adult, you're like, okay, let's move on here.
And he's hardly touching him. It's funny.
Look at that.
I'm back.
There you go.
There's the music. At least you have the music.
Yeah,
It adds it raises the movie up so much more.
Absolutely. Yay, Superman's back.
Yeah. The effects are they're so bad. It's funny.
I like how just the oil gets blown
No
back
water.
in. No water, nothing, just the oil. And it all magically fits right in that hole that he made.
Yep. He's gonna do the best welding job ever here.
Right. Man, I love that score. That Superman score, man. It's just so good.
The bloody flying looks so deep.
It really does.
Like we're hour and 35 minutes. Like 2 hours watching this thing.
Yeah,
You know
that's the thing. Like, yeah, like you feel the runtime. Like it feels even longer than 2 hours.
Like something like Die Hard's 2 hours and 10 minutes? And it just goes by.
Yeah, Saving Private Ryan's like 2 hours and 45, and it feels like 2 hours flat.
It's because you're interested in the characters, though, right?
Absolutely.
You're invested. Once you're invested, I don't think it matters the runtime.
Right.
I think I said that to Davey Death Ray last night. We weren't watching. We were talking Jaws. Like, I said when people say, the movie's just a little too long for my life. I go, is it though, or is it just you're not interested in the characters now?
Right.
Because if you really love characters,
Oh yeah.
I don't think you care how long the movie is.
No. I'm gonna be reviewing Jaws in August after I'm done with the Superman stuff.
Like all of them, or
Just the first one for the
yeah,
50-year anniversary.
yeah. Yeah, that's why I did a live stream because it was the 50th anniversary yesterday.
That's such a masterpiece, man. Such a timeless classic.
Oh, it's so good. And we just yeah. Hey Russell, what's up, buddy? Says hi Clayton and hi Backtrack Cinema and everyone in chat.
What's up, Russell? Good to see you, man.
What do you think of the computer here though?
Like the design of it?
Yeah.
It's not
for
bad.
its time.
Yeah,
Not
it's
bad
not
for its
bad.
time, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, yeah, there's some good moments in the movie, but for the most
Mhm.
part, it's just it doesn't know what it's trying to do at all,
Right.
or know what it wants to do.
It doesn't really commit to any plot point fully.
Press this button. Oh, the stupid video game thing. I think I
Yes.
liked it as a kid. Oh man, it's probably gonna be bad.
Right. Yeah, it is.
Russell says Superman 3 was a fun movie. I can see how some people think that. I loved it
Yeah.
as a kid, Russell, but it's not faring well in this recent watch here.
Like I can see someone saying that Superman 3 is so bad it's good. Like they
Yeah.
get so much entertainment out of just how ridiculous it is. That would make sense to me.
Check out this video game, man.
I know. 1983, man. Check out those graphics.
Clayton, I think you'd find this cool. This is when I met what's his name?
Nick Castle?
Nick Castle. There you go.
Dude, I love that.
I like that image.
That is awesome. Great shot, too.
Nice guy, too.
Oh, yeah. He seems like a really great guy.
I told him, I said, your performance is still my favorite. I don't know what it is. It just, and he goes, I just like the way you walked. I just like it. Just seems so, it's mysterious and everything. And he goes, it's funny. He says, John Carpenter just told me, just walk, just walk across the street, walk. And it's, and we started talking about the shape and stuff like that for a bit. And
he just had like a glide about him. Just his movement was so good.
Russell said that's what I meant. It was entertaining. Yeah.
Yeah.
Halloween 78 is the best. Yep. My favorite out of all those.
Absolutely.
And I will admit, I do look forward every Halloween to watching that original movie. I usually watch that looks so bad.
Oh yeah. That's one of the worst.
I do look forward to watching it. I've been lately I like you. I like watching Halloween 1 and 2, and if I have
Mhm.
time to throw 2018 in. Baby, it's Daddy.
There you go. Like I can't buy that these idiots put this scheme together.
Yeah.
And see, this is like the other thing. Like there's no threat that feels legit. Like what you
Yeah.
think a couple of missiles are gonna stop Superman? Really?
Hey, man. He's trying to get out of it. The freaking would have fooled me, mister.
Right.
Richard Pryor makes me laugh, Russell says.
This is just cheesy.
This cheesy. I was just gonna say cheesy as hell.
Yeah.
Oh
He's
god.
still coming.
He's
He's
gonna
coming
get
to
me.
me.
It's pretty bad. There's the kryptonite.
Yeah.
I'm assuming so.
You can't tell with those graphics. See, this goes back to this isn't legit kryptonite, so it really
Yeah.
shouldn't be having any effect on Superman.
It's like a synthetic kryptonite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, if it's not 100% kryptonite, it's not kryptonite. It's not going to have the effect. It'd be like a diamond that's like 95% diamond. It's not going to
Yeah.
turn into coal.
Yeah.
Like if it's not 100% diamond, it's not going to turn into coal.
See that? All you needed is a flat blade screwdriver.
That's all you need to take the whole thing down, the whole system.
These films are cheesy in some parts, but they're a lot more fun than most of today's comic book films. I kind of fell off the planet with what Marvel's doing now, so I haven't kept up to date. But
I basically stopped watching with Endgame.
me too. I just
Yeah.
like that was the arc. That was
Yeah,
the arc.
yeah,
Aren't we
that
done
was
now?
it. Right.
Red Kryptonite makes him evil. You're right, Russell. It
Yeah.
does. I don't know why
Yep.
this didn't do that.
This movie did a number of things that made absolutely no sense.
Now listen to this music.
I know, right?
The music makes no sense. This is two guys facing off now.
Yeah.
It's going do 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 do.
Right.
Oh,
Oh,
back.
starting back up again.
Now this is cool of when she gets sucked into the computer
Yeah.
and makes whatever, I don't know, cyborg.
This, yeah, this is like their 10-second attempt at Brainiac.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he takes the axe to it.
Mm-hmm. It's finally building up the courage.
Yeah,
Look at those graphics.
isn't that bad?
Ugh.
Russell's the Superman 1 and 2 are my favorites out of the Christopher Reeves. I think that's the
Agreed.
general consensus.
Yeah.
He needs his acid.
He does.
He just figured out how to beat it. Here we go. This is
There
a
it
kids
is.
movie, but it freaking terrified everyone.
It just kind of comes out of nowhere. You don't
Yeah.
expect it.
The eyes, eh?
Yeah.
Kind of silly now, but I mean, it was pretty
Gnarly
bizarre back then.
stuff. Yeah.
I still think the effects cool. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
taking over, man.
Uh, he should be dead by now. Dude, that lady's voice is so annoying.
Yeah. This is bizarre, man.
It is. It really is. It's just like electricity should not be having any effect on Superman. The guy can get struck by lightning and
Yeah.
be perfectly fine. Ugh.
I haven't seen Superman 4 in so long, but it wasn't good. That's all. We'll find out on Monday when I watch it.
Yeah, it's not very good, Russell, but I do actually prefer it to Superman 3.
I know Christopher Reeve. He wanted to say something about nuclear arms and stuff like that, and
Yeah. Yeah, it
um,
was
but it just didn't come off as good.
right.
But I think he was passionate about that storyline.
Yeah. There's no way these people should have survived this.
Yeah.
I mean, that's thousands of pounds of rock. I did like how Christopher Reeve's Superman was pretty smart through the
Yeah.
4 movies.
Yeah.
He outsmarted Luthor in the second one.
Yeah. He outsmarts the computer by the
Yeah,
computer didn't know it. It did this thing at 180 degrees, right?
right.
But it also doesn't make sense. It wasn't what was heating the acid up.
Right. Yeah. Right.
It didn't look like it was that hot in there. The machine,
No.
like, oh, he makes the diamond for Lana, right?
Yeah.
Now that's very Superman too. Second
That
chances,
is.
and yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely.
I like he didn't put him in the slammer.
Right. Although I don't know if Pryor's character is going to hold up very well out there in the coal mine.
That's far, man. That's a
That
day's
is.
walk.
Yeah.
I see what people are saying. It's like a Richard Pryor movie with Superman in it.
Yeah, for sure. Like they completely abandoned the Clark and Lana storyline the entire second
Yeah.
half of the movie.
Yeah, now she's infatuated with Superman, and that's not what it was supposed to be.
No.
See, the mistake is they make it. She should have had her eyes on Clark the whole time.
Right. Yeah, the her and Clark chemistry felt real. They were actually building on that, but she had like one encounter with Superman and she just head over heels. And Brad just randomly walks in.
Yeah. He doesn't even need to be here now.
No, he doesn't.
That's a great way of putting it. Richard Pryor movie with Superman.
I mean, it's basically what it is.
Just another gag. They wanted another
Just
gag.
another gag.
Yep. Yeah, see, that's a mistake. That shouldn't have been.
They didn't need that.
They didn't. Well, not only that, they didn't need her to fall in love with Superman.
Right. They didn't.
It was in, like they. Yeah, that's. I don't like that. Like,
no.
Watching this now, like Lois is in love with Superman.
Yep.
Lana's in love with Clark.
Right.
Like,
and now they just randomly bring Lois back into the story.
Yep. Setting up a love triangle.
Yeah. But that they never pay off.
No, because the Ned O'Toole doesn't come back.
Right. I guess that's another thing that I kind of liked with Superman 4 is that they at least try to do something with Perry White as well. Like they give him a little bit of a plot.
Yep. This didn't need to be here either.
No, it really didn't. We don't know who these guys are. We don't care who they are. We don't need to see Superman doing any of this.
I'm surprised how boring this movie is. Like, I thought I would at least get some entertainment, but it's few and far between in this movie. Watching it now. Oh, at least we get the music at the end.
Yeah. At least a good ending there. I don't know why we couldn't have had it in the beginning, but
man, not a good movie, man.
How things change when we grow.
Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, you're right. No through line. Everything's
Nope.
set up, nothing's paid off
No.
uh, on any level. Like really,
A bunch of
maybe
cool ideas, but none of
maybe
them
Richard
fully
Pryor a
committed.
little bit, a little redemption with him, but
Yeah.
that's about it. There's some good moments in it. That's about it.
Hmm. Agreed.
Russell says, it's all good." Yeah, I mean, my 8-year-old self, that's a different story. Like, love this movie, but it's like that. It's like that
Yeah.
sometimes. You go back and watch something. It's like,
It's happened to me with a number of things.
all right. Let me see here. But that is it, guys. That is Superman 3. Like it, love it, or hate it. It's up to you. If you're watching after the fact, let me know in the comments what you think about this movie and all that kind of stuff. I think you know my thoughts now. If you stayed for this whole video. But in conclusion, it's a got some good moments in there, but Christopher Reeve is still performing pretty well. I did get some entertainment out of the um the Superman fight, him going bad and everything like that, but too much setup, not enough payoff in it. And Nettle
Hmm.
Tool's actually really good in it too.
Hmm.
It's getting a little bit more cheap looking, this movie.
Yeah.
Sure, there's some entertainment here and there, but not enough. I mean, honestly, if I was really bored through a lot of this movie.
Yeah. So was
And
I.
thank God Clayton's here because I'd be freaking. This would have been a rough one to do by myself, man. I
It
would,
was it made it easier watching it this time with you than when I watched it by myself for my review.
yes,
You know.
yeah. And the score, it was lacking the score through half the movie.
Yeah.
Any kind of a decent score. Russell says Superman isn't bad. They should have had Superman in it. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this was one of those, I think, like if you had a group of guys over and throw Superman 3 on, you could have some entertainment and all
Right,
just kind
right.
of laugh together at the stupidity of it. But trying to watch it by yourself, oof,
Yeah, I
not so
mean,
much.
that's why I like going back to things that I liked as a kid. Some of them
Hmm.
hold up really well. Like I'm still
Yeah.
a really big over the top fan.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I still love the movie.
Yeah.
In fact, in some ways, watching it with my son now, it even hits different.
Mm,
But other movies, something like this, like I don't
right.
want to watch Howard the Duck, man. Like, cause that was another one I liked as a
Yeah, that one would be rough.
kid. But anyways, that is Superman 3, guys. So I just want you guys to check out Clayton's YouTube channel, Ages of Film. He posted it up there earlier. And
Thank you.
Clayton, what do you have coming up?
I mean, I drop my reviews on Mondays. Every Monday, I try to drop fresh content. So this Monday, I'll be dropping my Batman vs Superman review. Going through all the Superman movies leading up to the new one, and then I'll be doing a spoiler free review of the new Superman when it comes out, and then a Superman ranking. And then we'll kick off August with a few solo reviews, and then Jason and I have some collabs we're doing together with a couple other YouTubers as
Yeah.
well over the next couple months. So yeah, got some pretty cool stuff in store.
Awesome, awesome. I So next week, guys, I'll have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles review from 1990 and a Demolition Man review from 1993. For pre-recorded anyway. And like Clayton said, we got some collabs coming up. So stay tuned for that. The first one on July 5th, I believe, on
Mm,
Saturday, July 5th. So we'll keep you posted. But Superman 4, we're watching on Monday with Kyle Curtis Flett from Flett's movie 13 and Flett's movie Pop Culture 13. Um, And then Thursday with Movie Lovers Unite, we're doing Superman Returns. And then we'll be watching Man of Steel. Then I will be watching Superman and hopefully doing a review. But I'm just going to review that movie, then do a ranking of all the watch parties, guys. I decided to do watch parties instead of reviews, but we'll probably review these movies later on down the channel at some point. But yeah, just doing the watch parties now. But there'll be all that stuff will come in July, guys. So yeah, that's what I got coming up.
Sweet.
And yeah, so there'll be a couple action movie reviews, and then July will be science fiction movies. And then I'm doing the big fundraiser in August for Action for Autism. So July should be fun. I'm gonna try and get as much done as I can. In fact, I'm probably tonight gonna start watching some sci-fi films. So yeah,
Nice.
which I'm excited to get into. I love the genre. So I want to try and tap into like the Blade Runners and the.
Right.
I'm gonna try and watch Dune 1 and 2. I haven't seen it yet, so even if I don't review everything, though, guys, I'm gonna try and do a huge ranking. I'm gonna try and just do a huge sci-fi marathon in July. So on my own, like, so we'll see. But yeah, that's all I got tonight for you guys. So thank you for dropping in. Everyone in the chat, I do appreciate it. Clayton, thank you for coming on, dude. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me, man.
I mean, even though it wasn't the greatest movie, it was still a lot of fun.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I definitely I don't know that I could have watched this movie by myself again. So you at least made it entertaining for me.
Right? It's what it is. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna say good night to you all. Have a good one. We'll see you soon. And so check out some reviews coming up on the channel. And I'll see you Monday for the next live stream. Cheers.